with the KX News Storm Team.
Welcome back to KX News at 4. Taking a live look at the capital city this afternoon. Some peaks of sun even possible over the course of the next few hours. Most of that rain has pushed off towards our east. Still some sprinkles possible, though, over the course of the next few hours. Temperature sitting at 73 degrees. Your headlines for this afternoon across the board weather-wise. Again, flooding concerns persist through tonight. We have a flood watch in effect for central and eastern portions of the state. Some lingering rain possible as we head into Thursday as well, mainly up towards the north, out towards the eastern tier, but drying out for us on Friday for most of the weekend. So a drier pattern here once we get beyond tomorrow. And yes, the 80s are coming once again. May even see some 90s in our central areas on Sunday of this weekend. The overall pattern right now shows this area of low pressure pretty much centered right over the Dakotas right now, helping to fire up all of that heavy rain, those storms, those flooding concerns we've been seeing over the course of the last 24 hours. So if you're wondering why we've seen so much rain from this system, we're going to try to explain that for you over the next couple of minutes or so. This next graphic here shows the overall flow at about 10,000 feet or so into our atmosphere. And you can see this nice undulation or troughing pattern that's also centered right over the Dakotas right now. And usually when we have these lows that are this deep into the atmosphere straight up like a column, that's when you're going to get those rainfall rates of 2 to 3 inches per hour. Usually the upper level low that we're seeing right here trails the surface low, but that's not the case right now. They're pretty much just stacked on top of each other. So usually when that happens, it's like taking a bucket of water and just pouring it over. That's why the rainfall rates have been so heavy for us the last couple of days. It's not very common, hence why we don't have flooding like this all of the time. But that's a little bit of an in-depth preview or explanation as to why we're seeing so much of this rain over the last day or so. Right now, back towards the east, most of that heavy rain is pushing off towards the east of Devil's Lake, towards far eastern portions of the state, drying out for our central areas. Still some rain to go towards Rugby, towards Harvey, out towards Devil's Lake, of course. Overall pattern shows some of those storms still lingering out towards that southwestern corner. A couple of pop-up showers towards the Bowman and New England areas, but for the most part, dry across the entire western half of the state from this point forward. As far as how much rain fell in Bismarck over the last 24 hours or so, upwards of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of rain towards the north of the capital city, out towards the Mandan area. And again, this includes yesterday's storm about this time or so in the capital city. So half an inch of rain, or half a foot of rain, I should say, in 24 hours is quite a bit of moisture. As far as today is concerned, we've seen some rainfall totals of 3, 4, 5 inches. Some more data is continuing to come in back towards the east, even in the capital city towards the north. If you're in one of these towns and you got a different number than we're showing, please send that in to us. Of course, we'll have different data from all of these towns over the course of the next day or so to collect and share with you. But overall, a very heavy rain day for us across the board. Temperature-wise, most of us are sitting in those 60s and low 70s. Some 80s out towards the west where it was a bit drier for today. Looking ahead to tomorrow, most of us are going to creep into those low 80s in our central areas. Even warmer possibly out towards the west. Some 90s out towards portions of northeastern Montana, perhaps Williston as well. As far as our precision cast is concerned, most of that rain has pushed off towards the east. May see a few residual showers, though, as we move into tomorrow afternoon in our eastern areas, even possibly into Bismarck or Minot. About a 30% chance of that happening, but it still might happen as we head into tomorrow. But drying out beyond that for Friday and mostly dry for the weekend as well. Some showers and storms possible out towards the west on Saturday, however. Your Williston 5-day forecast tomorrow, again, a bit warmer, 87 degrees, possible 90s for us on Saturday and Sunday, so a very warm weekend out across the western tier. Dickinson, same kind of pattern, 83s for us to end the week, and of course near 90 for Sunday, probably the warmest day of the next 5 or 7 days or so. Your Minot 7-day forecast, looking ahead to tomorrow, mostly clear, 81 degrees, 80 for us on Friday and Saturday, and of course staying in those low 80s for the most part into the beginning of next week, possibly getting near 90 though on Sunday. And Bismarck 7-day tomorrow, overcast and 80, and pretty consistent the next 7 days overall, with the exception of Sunday 88. So a bit of a warm one for the back half of the weekend, but overall pretty stagnant the next week or so, just low 80s for those daytime highs, and of course not much in the way of a chance for rain. Nicholas?
Meteorologist Stone Schaefer and I, he would pick on me because I want a 100-degree day. That doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I think that's a 98 in Bismarck. That was as high as we got, so you're 2 degrees short. We got to 111 in Medora though, so 108 out towards the far. Yeah, that is too hot. That's ridiculous, but. Yeah. Summer's not over yet. You never know.
All right, we're hanging on.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Unlikely, though.
Yes. Stay with us. Coming up next,